Okay, today we continue with our class, A Woman's Guide to Practical Halachah. And we start with Sefer Shmiras Haloshon. And today's topic is imperative of Halachic study. Knowledge of Agadic teaching regarding Lashon Hara must be complemented by the study of laws of proper speech. In the works of Medrash Mishlei 1-2, it says to know wisdom and musar, inspirational ethic instruction. Mishlei 1-2, okay. If one has a wisdom, there is knowledge of halacha, then he can study musar. But if he lacks wisdom, then he cannot study musar. The Medrash's intent is clear. If person is not knowledgeable in the laws of given topic, then no amount of musar will help him. So that's very, very interesting. And we're going to read one more time and explain, because I think it's very, very, very applicable to our generation. Many people. And I'm going to explain why, and you'll see. So it's let's do it from the beginning. Knowledge of Agadic teachings regarding Lashon Hara must be complemented by the study of laws of proper speech, in the words of Mishlei say, and we're going to see what they say. So many people like to learn musar, like character development. Sometimes they do change their character, sometimes they don't, but at least they like to hear things about like Shalom Bayis and stuff like that, about Mashiach, about demons and Dibukin, and it's all very wonderful. And it's that's we call Agadic, right? That's what we call musar, but you must know halacha. So without studying halacha, this musar is useless. Its opposite is actually very destructive. And without and if a person only learns musar and does not learn halacha, that's also very destructive. So it's like halacha tells you what to do, right? What to do exactly, ABC, right? But musar tells you how to do that. What is the proper way of doing this? So one does not change another. It's just musar tells you how and when to apply it, right? Some stringencies, some leniencies. Okay. But many people, they got stuck on musar, and they as I was talking to owner of one group, Facebook group. One of my students sent me like her post, and I said, why don't you put our lectures on time on your Facebook? But they all they discuss like parsha, some cute things. So basically, people can, and it's Torah related. People can read this Facebook page for for hours a day. There is so much information, but it's like only Agada, zero of halacha, right? So it's very interesting. That's how Satan gets the people. So it looks like they learn Torah, but at the end of the day, they know exactly zero. Exactly. That's exactly what it says here. So let's see. So Medrash Mishlei says to know wisdom and musar, inspirational ethical instruction. And okay. If one has a wisdom, there is knowledge of halacha, so that's wisdom is not enough only, right? Then he can study musar. So what we learn in our class is mostly halacha, but we try to intervene a lot of musar also, because one without another is not really working. But if he lacks wisdom, so if he does not or she does not know halacha, then he cannot study musar. So musar is like, as we said, character development. You can be strict in some area, but you don't know what to be strict with, right? So you would be strict in forbidden things, right? And lenient in something where you must be strict. The Medrash's intent is clear. If person is not knowledgeable in the laws of given topic, no amount of musar will help. So we must be expert in any halakha, like at least maybe not an expert, but at least we need to know like basics and develop our knowledge day by day, and know at least what questions to ask. For example, if a businessman thinks that a given practice is not robbery, when in fact it is, then what good will do to inform him of the severity of the sin of robbery? So that's a good example, right? So he does not know that it is a robbery. Whatever is it? I don't know, like telling a customer one thing and selling another thing, so like something like that, right? So what is and so your musar? So if he does not know halacha, your musar that the person with the blood on their hands, as our sages say, meaning the one who steals, is not going to enter Gan Eden. Like they do not know why telling them these things. The same applies to all of the other negative commandments. Therefore, one must study the Torah laws to know what is permitted and what is forbidden. Okay, that's what we're doing. And he must also learn Musar teaching, which inspires person to fear Hashem. So without fearing Hashem, this halacha, I mean, sometimes people would do, sometimes people would not do, because there is no motivating factor. But if person fears Hashem as the biggest motivating factor, he does not need to any supervision. He knows that Hashem is like human supervision. He knows that Hashem knows and he sees and he is recording one. Through the study of the teachings, of such teachings, one arouses his soul toward the observance of the Torah, aside from fulfilling the positive commandment, fear Hashem your God. So it's one of the 613 mitzvahs, fear Hashem your God. Okay, 10:20. And so it is with regard to the Shmiras Haloshon, right, guardians one's tongue. Of what benefit will all Musar in the world will be if one conceives himself that his given statement is not in the category of Lashon Hara. So, right, so you can tell that the person is not right to say forbidden speech, like all of this negativity. But if he does not consider whatever he says negative, he said, "What did I say? I told the truth, and I can tell it in his face, right? Right? Why? Because he does not know halacha." Or he tells himself that the laws of Lashon Hara does not apply when speaking on certain individual, when in fact they do. Okay, so even though there is some exception about some individuals you allowed and you obligated to speak negatively, but it's like small percentage of people basically. Therefore, it is imperative that one know what is and what is not in the category of Lashon Hara according to Halacha. So that's what we will learn on Halacha. This study should be complemented by inspirational study of the relevant Agatin teaching. So on the left, on the left side of this book we have Halacha, and on the right side of the book we have this Agatic teaching. But even though it's like it's the book broken by day, right? I think it's too much information. It's not topic of our class, so I do half a day, on or Halacha or Agada, just so you know. Okay, stop here. All right, so we continue with our class, and I think okay. So last time we started a big topic, which is called Shabbos, and we did a very interesting discussion, right? Not discussion, but actually teachings about Challah, how to separate Challah from what, all of this interesting laws. So next halacha, right? Of course, it applies even though as we always say, many halachas so in this book applies to men as well, but primarily it applies to women. And many halachas that apply to men do not even remotely apply to women. So we concentrate only on the halachas that apply to women, and when it's applied to men, I'm going to mention Beezrat Hashem. Okay, so now Hadlakas Neiros, the obligation. It is a mitzvah midrabanan to have a candle lit in honor of Shabbos. So Hadlakas Neiros is lighting of the candles, right? So first of all, we say it's midrabanan. Midrabanan meaning it's from rabbis, so to light the candles on Shabbos, before Shabbos, not on Shabbos, I'm sorry. In honor of Shabbos. Generally, the woman is the one who designated the light to candle for the family, though the obligation is not only with a woman, but men as well. Okay. The reason for this is the light is a household need, and a woman generally responsible for such necessity. So simple, like straightforward, practical explanation. So women, at least in olden days, today maybe not as much, but in olden days, women were mostly in the house. She would run the house, and it's one of the things that she would be responsible. Right, to light the candles, even though, like as we said before, if man lives alone, right, so he would be or his wife is away, so he would be responsible for lighting candles as well. Okay, so it's simple, like straightforward, logical reason. Additionally, Chava was considered the one at fault for the Aveira of Eitz Hadas. Since Adam is called the Neiros Shel Olam, the light of the world, the women light the candles on Friday night to rectify the Aveira which took place on Friday. Okay, so I'm not sure why he's using all these Hebrew words, but we're going to translate. So, and the second explanation, we said that Chava gave this fruit, Eitz Hadas. Eitz Hadas is a tree of knowledge, to Adam, and in some sense, it's like she killed him, right? So how she killed him? So after this incident, Hashem said, "So now you're going to die." Okay, so now and Adam is called Neiros Shel Olam, so light of the world. So that's what Adam was, and one of the Midrashic explanation that he was very shining. Right, so the skin was made from material like from a nail, right, like polished nail, right, and it would shine. And angels actually misugim, and of course they did not know how Hashem looks, so they thought that this is actually Hashem. It's very interesting, right? That's what they thought. 1 second, let me check something. Okay, right. That's what they thought, and in some sense, he was this light of the world. Okay, and when they were let out of the Gan Eden, right? So Hashem took this skin, special radiant skin, away from him, and left us only like a small souvenir as a nails. So that's why we'll look at. One of the explanations that we look at the nails and the muktzeh Shabbos during Havdalah to see like to remember what we were and what Adam maybe what was before and what we are now. Okay. So in some sense it's a woman tikkun. It's like fixing the Aveira of what your ancestor Chava did. Okay, continue. Reasons for the mitzvah. The commentary is over 3 reasons for the mitzvah of Hadlakas Neiros. So Hadlakas Neiros is lighting of the candles, of the lights, not candles, lights. First, it is considered kavod Shabbos, in honor of Shabbos. So like when you invite somebody, so it's like it's proper to have a lot of light, right? Honor of Shabbos, to have candles in the home. It adds to the abeyance and aura of Shabbos, right? So especially maybe as we're going to say, maybe today is not as obvious, but in olden days, when before the electricity, so this extra, even though people would have candles, they would need to to go around the house, but these 2 candles, or how many candles the people would lit, would make the big difference. Okay, so Kavod Shabbos is one. Second is to increase Oneg Shabbos, enjoyment of Shabbos. Right, so there is enjoyment of Shabbos. The more lights, the more you enjoy. It is very difficult to enjoy a festive meal when it's insufficient light. So even though in some restaurant they make dim light, I don't know, maybe they don't want people to see what they eat, and I'm not sure, right? But if you don't have enough light, so you don't enjoy food as much. So that's what our sages teach us in Gemara. So the blind person cannot enjoy the food. It's very interesting. Cannot. Like you would say, what is the difference? It's the food, like piece of chicken, tastes exactly the same. How you see it or you don't see it, but it's not true. Okay. The third is to enhance shalom bayis, peace in the house. Although colloquially, these terms refers to the peace between husband and wife, here it simply means harmony between all members of the family. When it is dark, people might trip and bump into objects, which might cause conflict. Light in a house prevents that from occurring. So that's the third reason, shalom bayis. And shalom bayis, so many people, as author think it's peace between husband and wife. It's not true. It's bayis is a house, right? It's between everybody. If you have I don't know, your children, so children also maybe they don't look exactly where you put they put the plates or a fork or a knife, and sometimes they fell even with the light, but without the light, for sure it's going to aggravate the whole family. All right, so the lights also help with a shalom bayis. Next one, location for candlelights. And actually I saw that many people are not careful with this thing about location. So they put the lights too far away to derive any benefit. So let's see. The best practice for to light the Shabbos candles at the table where the meal will be eaten. This enhances the Kovod Shabbos and Oneg Shabbos. So exactly at the table. Of course, if you have a small kids and they're going to bump into the table and the candles are going to fall, that don't do that, right? I mean, if they're little grown up and they behave, they don't fight at the table, then you can do it. So you have to assess the situation, I guess, right? But the proper, of course, you eat and you enjoy these lights right in front of you. This enhances the Kovod Shabbos and the Oneg Shabbos. Some are accustomed to light the candles at the Shabbos table itself, on the Shabbos table itself, while other lights on the side, adjacent to the table. And that's what we say, what we do, next to the Shabbos table, right, the dinner table, we have the countertop, right, very close, and we light there. So since it's like a stationary, so even so somebody bumps into it, nothing is going to happen. So that's more safe. Right, and it's still very, very close to the table, so you can derive some benefit, and then see it and enjoy it. Okay. So, okay. However, since there is a additional reason for of shalom bayis, one should ensure that there is light in every area in a house where it is the need will be need for Shabbos. For this is sufficient to rely on. This is sufficient to rely on electricity. One did not light candles in those areas. So in olden days, so people would light these candles everywhere. So you need, for example, you need a light in your bedroom, right? You need after the Shabbos meal, you need to change. You need light, so people would light the candles there also. And today we rely, of course, on electricity more. So this lighting of the candles, for Shalom Bayis reason, so actually extends to all of the other lights that we turn on. For example, you live the life in a bathroom, on a hallway, in I don't know, baby's room if you need it, or in all of the areas that you need the light, right? Or whatever you need. You need in the living room. Let's say because in the morning you're going to prepare for the shul and stuff like that. Or whatever you need. So you just leave the electric light. Okay. Continue. Candle lighting and electricity. In regard to fulfilling the mitzvah of Hadlakas Neiros today, with electricity providing light to the house, what does the 1 hour candle lighting accomplish? One answer suggested is that the fact that we add more light with our candles is enough to fulfill the mitzvah. So that's a very famous question, right? Okay, so I have this candelabra, and I have, I don't know how many watts, 300 watts, 350 watts. Let's say I don't, but let's say somebody have this fancy schmancy huge one. 350 is big. Maybe 450. Let's say 500 watts. So it's huge. So two candles, 3 candles, 5 candles. What do they add? So, but still, they say they add some. Okay. Another suggestion is that the reason the candles add to the splendor of Kovod Shabbos still apply, right? So it's splendor for sure. The magnificence of the this candle's lit, it cannot compare to electric light, of course. Although there is already light, there is still the aspect of enhancing by our candles. Okay, there is light, there is an enhancement of the light, and the whole atmosphere, of course. Some poskim suggest that one should light the candles in a room that is not lit by electricity. Nevertheless, one may rely on other reasons for lighting in Shabbos candles, and continue to light light in room that are lit with electricity as a custom today. That's not what we do. Okay, I think they're going to explain. Maybe not. Okay, I think they're going to explain. So we actually since this. Let's say this light in your living room, or the dining room, wherever you're going to eat the meal. So it's also very, very important, very, very important. So you want to say the blessing also on that light, as a combination with the candles. So what do? We turn on the light completely, all of the electric lights. Then we turn on the lights in the living room, electric lights, light the candles and say the blessing on the candles, and keep in mind that this electric light also should be included. Okay. Or some people do opposite, but I'm not sure if it's a good idea. So they light the candles and then turn electric light. Okay, but we do the opposite. We first turn off, turn on, and do the candles. Some suggest that those who want the electric light to be burning during the meal should start to light candles with the lights off, then turn them on, and immediately continue to light the Shabbos candle to recite the bracha. Okay, I mean that's a second opinion, as I just told you, but let me read one more time. Some suggest that those who want the electric light to be burning during the meal should start the light the candles with the light off. So first they turn the lights in your dining room off, light the candles, then turn them on, meaning electric light, and immediately continue to light Shabbos candles It was already started. Okay, and recite the bracha. Others state that one may turn off the electric light and light the candles in either order. Either way, she should have in mind that bracha also includes the electric light. So as I said, it does not make any difference the sequence. Why does it make the difference? Because you can light as many candles as you want technically. So tradition of most of the people. I think he's going to say, but just to mention. So tradition of most of the people. So we light 2 candles, like it's a minimum. Actually, minimum is 1. If you lit 1, you fulfill the obligation. But we light minimum 2, and plus for each child, you want to light one extra candle. Oh yeah, it's not obligatory. Obligatory is only 1, but proper 2. But if you want, you can light for children, and some people are actually light for other family members, for parents, for whatever they want. It's there is no limit, basically, right? So it doesn't matter. You light the candles, you turn on the light. The sequence is basically irrelevant. So when you're done, then you say the blessing. That's the explanation. But in my house we do. I don't remember why. It's been a long time, but somehow we learned this subject, and we decided that this sequence is more appropriate. Okay, turn off the light, turn on, and light the candles. Maybe because the candles are light, like at the end. I don't remember, but anyway, if you do opposite, if you light candles then turn on the lights, also good. But the most important thing, when you say blessing on a candle, keep in mind it should cover the light also. So this electric light was lit with the blessing. Even on its own, it would not require the blessing, right? Especially if you have LED lights. Continue. The reason that the issue of electricity complicates the mitzvah of Hadlakas Neiros is that the poskim write that technically electricity itself is sufficient to fulfill the mitzvah. So not our electricity. Meaning not when you have LED lights. So it's not fire. So in incandescent light, yes, it is fire, but not modern lights. I guess not everybody have LED lights. That's a different story. There are many situations in which one does not have the option to light candles. This can happen in hospital, hotel rooms, or in temporary lodging where candles are not available or not allowed. So I mean, if you small like in a bungalow colony, like this tiny room, I mean, if you like and people and the owners, they would not allow you to light the candles. Everything is made of wood. If one of the kids would knock the candles, guess what? Okay, we light anyway, but that's a different story, right? So, but in some cases it would not be allowed, right? So you can count on this on electric light. Are you able to say blessing? That's a different story. Most likely not. In such a situation, she should fulfill the mitzvah with electric lights. Some poskim maintain that it can be accomplished only with an incandescent bulb. I'm not sure why he's saying some, like otherwise it's almost not light, right? While others contend that fluorescent light may serve as well. Okay, we're going to explain this. Yeah, that's true. We're going to explain this opinion. There is dispute among the poskim whether one recites bracha when fulfilling the mitzvah with electric lights. Okay, so in incandescent lights, these white tubes, right? So fluorescent. Sorry. Incandescence is like all-side bulb or light bulb in a like spring inside. So basically, they say if you break the glass and the spring become like very like hot, like red hot. If you touch with a piece of paper, the paper is going to catch fire, right? Because why? Because it is fire. But with this fluorescent light, that they say there is a special element. I think it's next to the starter. That's what I think. There is like a small starter, and there is spark there, and there is one like metal plate, and it becomes like white hot. So if you touch with a piece of paper, it's also going to catch fire. So that's why this poskim said that this fluorescent light is also a fire. But to say the blessing, I think I don't remember. Maybe Reb Moshe Feinstein Zatzal, maybe he said that you can say the blessing on or incandescent light. Maybe he would say it is fire, but I'm not sure about the blessing. I don't remember what he said. But also always to stay on a safe side, since you're not many times you're not sure what kind of light bulb is it, especially if it's not your house. So just you can do the mitzvah, but don't say the blessing. That would be like staying on the safe side. Any questions on what you said before we continue? Okay, so let's continue then. Benefiting from the candlelight. That's also like all of this a critical point. This the most basic halacha of Hadlakas Neiros is that someone must benefit from the candles. If one lights the Shabbos candles and no one benefits from them, she does not fulfill the mitzvah of mitzvah, and the bracha was said in vain. So it's not like it's not nice, it's a bad. No. It's so critical. If nobody derived the benefit from these candles, it's say like there is no mitzvah count, right? And in name of Hashem was used in vain. That's how bad it is. So we must derive some benefit. So the proper, of course, I mean, we say some of us, but it's better for a woman, since she's the one that lighting. So we many times we all count on a woman of the house that she's going to derive this benefit, right? So benefit you can derive by praying. So if she prays mincha, she prays next to it, or she, for example, she say Tegilim using this light, or even the prayers that if you look at the Siddur, I think in most of the Siddurim, I don't know, at least in all that I saw, there is a special blessing that a woman says like right after she lights the candle. So just read this blessing for your sons to be Torah scholars, and for you can add whatever you want from yourself, but you if you at least read that like I don't know 5-6 lines. I don't remember how, like 7 lines, whatever is it, right? So and from the Siddur, for sure you derive your benefit from the slides. A family must be aware of this when they eating the Friday night meals elsewhere, right? One option is to ensure that the candles will still be burning when they return, and then benefit from the candlelight at that time. Another option is for someone to stay beside the candle before leaving the house and thereby benefit from the light. Okay. So that's that's a different topic. We're not going to discuss it. It's but let's say she wants to, since the couple or family, right? They're going to sleep at home, but they're going to somebody else to have a Friday night meal, right? And she wants to light the candles in her house, right? So she must ensure that the candles are long enough, right, to be burning when they would come home. So it depends, I guess, how far these friends live and how long the meal is going to be. So there is like standard is 3 hours candles. Some of them like next size is 4 hours, and then 6 hours. Okay, I guess, or if you get olive oil, so olive candles, so it's of course it's almost unlimited. The full copy, if you have a bigger copy, it could be like 24 hours. We never tried it because like it's dangerous to live for such a long time, but we always have like half a cup. It's for many hours, 6-7 hours. Okay, until everybody would go to bed. Okay. So but I guess like not I guess, but my advice is the easiest would be, so you for a woman to light a candle and derive some benefit right then. So if man lives alone, so that's he must do the same, or when his wife is away. Okay. Next one, in hotel. This discussion is relevant to someone who is staying in a hotel for Shabbos. The ideal place to light the candles is where one eats. The management often does not permit, not often, always, never, right, permit the candles to be lit in the dining room. Often the family does not know at which table they will be seated. Very interesting. An option is to light the candles on the table or table off to the side of the dining room, but at least visible from their seats. Before we continue, so here's the thing. So sometimes people go to the Shabbatons, or they go with like getaways, some like, I don't know, for Pesach, I don't know where they go, or in Israel. In Israel, it's a standard. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's semi-religious hotels, let's say. Right, so they will accommodate some Jews so that want to light the candles, but usually they put this table somewhere on a side, and nobody ever derive any benefit. Or a few times, my students reported to me like exactly like they would put like this table in some room, like separate rooms, has nothing to do with the dining room, like side room. I'm not sure what they do. They had somebody to watch the candles. I don't know. Like it was such a. It was not only useless, but it was a big hill Hashem. If people would light these candles and they did not derive benefit, it was blessings in vain. All of them. I hope some of them read Tehillim, but most time it's not the case, unless it's Shabbaton for religious people. That's the big issue. So to light the candles and have say the blessing, everybody know, but to derive benefit, not everybody knows. Okay, which is a huge problem, as we just saw. So let's read this piece one more time, and we're going to explain. We're going to continue. The topic in a hotel. This discussion is relevant to someone who is staying in a hotel for Shabbos. The ideal place to light the candles is where one eats. That's, as we said before, that's always. The management often does not permit the candles to be lit in a dining room. Of course, I mean, and we understand them. Somebody like would knock the candles, this and that. I mean, they don't need the headache. Often the family does not know at which table they will be seated. An option is to light the candles on a table off to the side of the dining room. Sometimes they would have, sometimes they would not have. Okay, but at least visible from their seats. Okay, for example, in some hotels in Jerusalem, right? So they told us to light the candles like in a lobby. In the lobby, so people from the lobby they will watch. I mean, I understand the intention. They intend safety, right? Nobody argues, but if people did not derive any benefits, that's not good. Lighting in a bedroom is a valid halachic option, but not very practical due to the danger involved. Okay. If the only place to light is in a hotel lobby, then one must be sure to benefit from the candles in order to fulfill the mitzvah. As we say Tehillim, read something, pray to it, like do something next to them. When a woman and her family join together family for the entire Shabbos, they consider part of the family, as regard to the laws of Hadlakas Neiros. So, okay, one family goes to another, but, therefore they may fulfill their mitzvah with a hostess candlelighting. Some have a custom of giving the coins to the hostess in order to acquire ownership of some of the candles. Many women prefer to light the candles themselves, even when they join another family for Shabbos. They should light the candles in the dining room, to have in mind that they are not fulfilling the mitzvah when the hostess lights her candles. So let's try to understand. I mean, he puts a lot of information in one small paragraph. Baruch Hashem. So let's try to understand. So let's say your family is going over to another family to spend the Shabbos, like sleep over, and you're going to leave. You're going to leave in the morning. No, at the end of the Shabbos. Okay, at the end of the Shabbos. Right. So one option is to be included in the candlelight of the hostess, or of the woman of the house. How do you get included? So you give them a few dollars, and basically it's like you bought few candles, maybe a few dollars too much. Okay, dollar, you give a dollar, or they say a few coins, doesn't matter. So you acquire some of the candles, whatever she's going to light, and as we know, one person can light for the whole family, the whole household, and that's what the woman of the house does, right? That's one approach. But second approach, and I think like in my opinion, the second approach, I mean, it's more preferable when women like still light her own candle. So even you're visiting, so other people know, it's not like they're going to get offended. What my lighting of the candles not good? No, it's good, but I want to light for my family. Baruch Hashem, for me and my family, there is no problem whatsoever. Usually people understandable. And when we go somewhere, we bring our own candles, so not to trouble anybody, like to drink the plates where the candles are going to stand, number of the candles. So, okay. And put them next to their candles, and that's it. I mean, that's it's not like nobody would get offended. Okay. And of course, when you have the hostess to light first, let her light. She said the blessing. Usually men goes to the shul, and women stay in the house, right? So, and the women, the guests, the women's guests, they do not like in their mind, they say, even though she lights the candle, but I'm not accepting Shabbos at this time. Why? Because I'm going to light my own candles and accept Shabbos. Okay. Well, one more thing. He did not say yet, but most of the time women accept Shabbos with lighting candles. Men usually do not, unless they explicitly want it. I'm not sure why, but okay, possible. But women usually, when they light candles, they accept Shabbos. So of course, if she would accept Shabbos with somebody else's lighting, so she cannot light her own candles. So that's why if guests want to light their own candles, they have to have this explicit intention in mind when the host is light. I'm not included in the mitzvah. Likewise, children in the summer camp, boys in yeshiva dormitory, and the girls in the cemetery have an obligation for Shabbos candles. They should seek guidance regarding how to act and whether they should recite bracha. So that's a different story. So you usually for them, one of them, like a counselor or whoever is in charge, a Rebbe, whoever is in charge, right? They would like assign somebody and say, so you're going to light candles for this group. You're going to light, because the dining room is huge, right? It's huge, so you cannot like have everybody be included in one candlelight. So you usually there are a few candles. in a dining room, and sometimes they take turns. They different people, different kids light at different time, different Shabbos. Okay. Continue. Olive oil ner Yafah. The Gemara writes that ideal fuel for an Hadlakas Neiros is the oil, preferably olive oil, because olive oil produces a ner Yafah, lovely flame. Okay. That is sturdy and does not flicker. I mean, the candles, if you buy good, like kosher, good quality candles, so they also do not flicker. Maybe sometimes, I don't know. But candles, the olive oil, if you have right olive oil, so it also burns very nicely, and very long. Okay. One time, at one time, other materials such as wax and other lesser quality did not produce the reliable flames. So today, our candles produce a strong, sturdy flame, exactly, and therefore many women do not light with oil. Others are particular to light with oil, since it was the original preferred way to do the mitzvah. So I mean, in my house we do mixture. We have two main candles with oils, and the rest with candles. So it does not matter. I mean, at least two. So you want to light more than two, you're welcome. It's actually very, very simple. Somebody just asked me recently, like about these candles. So actually, you can buy almost any olive oil. So you don't have to buy this oil from Judaica. I mean, I'm not sure what is so special about oil, but it costs like for a small bottle you can buy a gallon in a Walmart or different stores, right? It's you just have to find the right brand that is going to give the good light. That's it. So, but it does not have to be even kosher. But usually when we buy everything kosher, even this oil that we're going to use for candles. Okay, so it does not have to be expensive oil. I think maybe one time we put some expensive oil, olive oil, just to try. It did not work so well. Just any like simple oil, olive oil works very well. Or some people use what is it used? That flower seeds oil. Okay. Because in their countries, wherever they live, the sunflower seeds oil is much more expensive than olive oil. Olive oil it's very expensive for them, so I mean there is no problem. And they said it's burned very well. Okay, I did not try. For us, this sunflower seeds oil costs like double, sometimes more compared to olive oil. So. And in the olden days, that's what they use. They use olive oil, not any other oil. Okay. Any questions on what we said before I continue? Checking time. Okay, so let's continue. So next topic is number of the candles. So when I said that's what we do in our family, it's not necessarily like you must follow. I mean. It's many things. I mean, based on our research, based on our comparison, that's I found that's the best way for us to do things. But as we said, halacha in many cases like flexible. The number of the candles, custom to vary to how many candles should be lit for Hadlakas Neiros. Although one may certainly fulfill the mitzvah with just one candle, as we said before. One candle is enough, right? The standard custom is to light minimum two, represented the two words Zachor and Shamor. So Zachor and Shamor where did it come from? 1 second. It says, as mentioned, is Aseres Chadibros in connection with Shabbos. So Aseres Chadibros is 10 commandments. So they mentioned twice in In the Chumash, about Shabbos, it's like in the line of Shabbos, two different words are usually in first saying and the second saying, right? So why in our sage, what is Zachor and Shamor? It says I apologize. So one is connected with the positive mitzvahs, so that positive mitzvah that we must do, and one shamor is like to protect. Protect meaning not to do negative mitzvahs. So what is the positive mitzvah? One of the positive mitzvahs to light the Shabbos candles, to do kiddush, to eat three meals, to daven special musaf prayers on Shabbos. All of this to dress properly on Shabbos. So that those are positive, and shamor to guard Shabbos. Not to desecrate, not to light the light on Shabbos, and not to do like all of the other 39 melachos. Okay. Some have a practice to add one candle for each child born into the family, in addition to original two. That's what we do, but again, it's not necessary. Sometimes people, some women, they're afraid of of the fire, even though I know some families. So the wife is afraid that these candles would cause the fire, even though she's been lying for 20 years, and it did not happen. I mean, what is proper is to have some metal tray, like underneath, or some have a glass tray, or from some other material that is not going to burn, like fire resistant material, and that's it. So even if candle, for example, if it's going to fall, it's going to fall on this tray. Most likely it's going to finish burning there. And that's it. But if she's afraid, she wants only two candles, and they're in the middle of the tray, no problem. So as we said, there is no problem whatsoever. Okay. This is based on the Gemara that says that whoever is careful with the laws of candle lighting will have sons who are Torah scholars. That's and that's actually in a prayer that women say after the lighting of the candles. Since Torah is compared to light, whoever lights the candle brings Torah into the world. That's straightforward connection. Torah is a light. And woman, of course, who else? she encourages the children to learn Torah. She's getting this little boy to school, right? To yeshiva. She's checking his homework. Who else, right? So in some sense, so she lights this Torah, this candle, with this child. Each candle represents another child who will, if it is hoped. It is hoped bring the light of the Torah into the world. So of course it's concerned men and women. So women also, they bring the light of the Torah in the world by encouraging their husbands, their children, to giving them opportunity. If the husband has to do all the housework all the time and help and spend all of the free time with her, so when exactly he's going to have time to learn Torah? Maybe that's what he wants. But the woman's job is actually kick him out and out of the house, make sure that he's going to attend a lecture or watch on a computer, on I don't know, somewhere, to watch lecture and participate and learn with somebody on the phone or the internet, do something, right? But it's up to her. So she's the one who lights the candles. Generally, the custom regarding Hadlakas Neiros follows those of wife's family, not the husband, as opposed to other area of halacha. That's very interesting. Wow, I've never seen this halacha before. Very interesting. Now, he said generally the custom is regarded. So what does it mean? So if husband's family have this tradition, or whatever they do, for example, if he is Ashkenaz, right? And she's Sephardic. So when they get married, so she forgets whatever she was doing in her father's house, and does according to what husband do, right? So otherwise it would be controversy that sometimes it's not reconcilable. Okay, that's Halachah is very quick, is very fast, is very clear. She was in a father's house. She did exactly as father did. She married this person, so she does as a person does, the husband of hers. Right? In all of the halachas, of course, if it's not that stringent and this and that, and it does not affect anybody, so she can keep the old halachas, but he must permit her. Right? Not halachas, customs. Right? But some of them are very like it cannot they simply cannot coexist. Absolutely not. I give you one example that for example is as follows. Sephardic custom, at least those not everybody, but everybody who follows Rabbi Ovadia Yosef Zatzal and others like who rule similarly, so they can warm liquids on Shabbos. So what does it mean? They can take soup from the refrigerator and put on a blech, and they warm on a platter or whatever they use, and they can warm up the food and eat. There is no problem. Enjoy. For Ashkenazi person, if he does it, this soup is forbidden until after Shabbos. You understand? It's like yeah. So if you do it in front of other Ashkenazi family or friends, so they the next time they eat, if they got 20 people in your house, practically never. You understand? So these two customs not reconcilable. So you have to go by whatever husband custom is, which is stricter, but okay. And opposite is true. So if she's an Ashkenazi woman and she marries a Sephardi person, and he said there is no problem whatsoever, take the soup, take some stew that have gravy, chicken that has gravy, and put it on a blech, on a platter. There is no problem. Okay, so that's what she does. Okay, so she forgets all of the tradition in her father's house and does as a husband. Tells her there is that's the proper way, right, to respect in one husbands. But here it's very interesting. They say in this case, since the way I understand, since it's her own way, like I mean it's this halach of light and candles, it's like mostly depend on a woman, right? So we allowed her, outside you say, whatever her mother's custom was, whatever her own custom is, so let her do, let husband do not intervene, because it's not, I mean, it's not so critical as for example, the example that I just gave you is warming up food. You understand? So that's the thing. It's very interesting. Continue. Actually, let me check time if we have time. Oh, that's very long piece. Okay, do we have any questions on what we said or any topic? We can do that. Nobody? Okay. No problem. So if not, we can stop here because the next piece is very long. So basically, that's the story about the candle lighting. Okay.
I have two questions.
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead, please.
It's other topic. So, is it true that at the time of Adam there were other beings in other places? Why the historians say they found bones of, for example, Neanderthals?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Well, why saying this? I mean, they say no.
Somebody say that there were other types of beings at that time, but the story of Genesis was only focused on that region in the world.
About this old bonds. So they use this. I think methods is called korban dating or something, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So it's been proven many times that it's not true. So it counts on that nothing ever changed, and the weather was stable as it is today. So it's like stable all through the all of these years, which is not true. You understand? So we know that the climate changes, and if you read the Medrash, so it's actually the seasons start after the flood. Before flood, there were no seasons. So altogether, I think how many seasons? 6 seasons or 8 seasons. So we have to check what it says. So it's sowing, it's winter and summer, it's harvesting. So all of these things are like different seasons. So they say many things. I think if you go on Rabbi Mizrachi Shlita websites, at least many years ago, it was this what is it, documentary, like on a top banner, how old is our world, and it was this professor, like one of the honest ones that would and he would provide experiment, and he and his son were able to produce coal, like in a lab. So this science says it needs a million of years that like to press the wood, but he said, yeah, we did it in a few months, and then he showed how and stuff like that. So okay, so what is the second question?
The question is about, I think it's in the Zohar, about was there an actual Nachash in the Garden of Eden? Because I heard some explanations that there was not external thing tempting Adam and Eve to sin.
No, it was the story. It was like physical being, animal. It's it was it's called Nachash, but it looks like approximately if you look this what is it in the Chinese culture, this Chinese Korean culture, they have these dragons. So it's very different dragons from all other cultures. So that's approximately how that Nachash looked like, and he was huge, the way I understand, and these dragons are also huge, and he was the king of all of the animals. Right, and he had intellect, and he was able to speak, much smarter than all of the animals. And after the king, like after his fell, of course, because of the greed, right? Because of the greed, because of his envy, right? He wants to marry Chava. So it says that he saw Adam and Chava together. So he said, "Oh, that's what I need. I need a wife like that." Understand? So, and the plan was that she would take a fruit, give to Adam, he would die, and he would marry the Chava. That's what the simple plan. But because he actually was, as we say today, Machtia Rabim, he was trying to make other to sin. So Hashem did not even talk to him. He did not even listen to his explanation why he did so. Chava, he asked Chava, why did he do so? He said, because he asked Adam, why did he do so? And he said, because the woman that you gave me gave me the fruit. Not a good advice, not a good answer. But he asked Chava why. She said that this Nachash did it to me, right? He told me, and Hashem did not ask Nachash why, because the ones that make other to sin, we don't talk. But then the power, the kingdom, the kingship was over the animal kingdom was taken away from him, right? Was given split into three, right? One was given to lion, wild beasts. One was given to domesticated animals, which is bull, and one is to the birds, which is eagle. Right? That's another lost opportunity. But it was for sure. It was like a physical creature, for sure. But in some sense, what you're referring to, yeah, in our sages say that it's Eitz Hara, so evil inclination. That's how inclination comes cunning to all of us, right? And in disguise, pretend that he's our friend, and that's what he told Chava. Like, well, why don't you eat? What is the problem? It was the first Lashon Hara in the world. So what was the first sin is Lashon Hara. So Nachash said this, right? What did he say? He said that Hashem is jealous. He does not want other people to be able to create the world, and in order to create the world, you have to eat from a tree of knowledge. Yeah, could you mute your microphone unless you want to talk, please? Sorry. Thank you. Could you mute your microphone, please? Thank you. Okay, sorry. Okay. Any other questions?
Another question is about this also. So who would be the ruling evil in the world now? The Satan or the wife of the Satan?
I mean, they both rule. I mean, everybody in their own area. So Satan is Eitz Hara, so he's going to be around until Mashiach comes. So then Hashem is going to slaughter him, and everybody would enjoy and celebrate. But until he is here, we have a reward. After could you mute your microphone, please? Probably left. Okay, thank you very much. I apologize. So we can get reward here only when we overcome obstacles. So in order to overcome obstacles, we have to have some challenges. So the Satan, I mean, if you deal with him correctly, right? So it's actually he provided the opportunity to build up your place in the world to come. You understand why? Because he gives the obstacle, you overcome this obstacle, and you get the reward. But after he slaughtered, there is no more challenges. For what should you get rewarded?
Another thing is about this is in a small short video of Rabbi, I heard that some big Chachamim went to fight the wife of the Satan, and with the Satan they had no trouble to defeat him. But with the wife of the Satan, which is Lamed, I Lamed is I think.
I know.
They couldn't.
No, but even with him, it says so. Even in a Talmud says some sages were making fun of the Satan. Says, let the arrow be thrown into Satan's eyes. So, and then he did not like it because he's an angel and he has much more power than a human being. You understand? And it almost did not end well for them, because they were saved by the grace of Hashem, but otherwise that Satan would take them down. Right? So we cannot discount it. We have to work on tactics, how to avoid this confrontation, how not to be in the places where he can entice us. That's a different story, right? So, but once you're there, you're vulnerable to his attack. Needless to say, to her attacks. But she's only attacking in specific areas, like in. Yeah, go ahead. What else?
Yes, I forgot third question. It's another.
Okay.
It's about,
no problem.
would be allowed to make bags of ground coffee on Shabbos? I think I read Rabbi Vadia allowed this for Sephardim.
I don't think so.
Roast. The ground coffee is roast. I think maybe that's the reason it's
No. That's because it's roast, because it's cooked. There is no problem crumbling that it was cooked. Okay.
I'm not sure.
I mean, logically, what Rabbi said, it makes sense. It makes sense. Maybe it would be forbidden rabbinically. So technically, just to draw your parallel. So, what was original melacha that was forbidden? They would make this herbs, right, and grind them in order to make it dye, to dye the curtains in a mishkan. You understand? But these were like raw. So and same melacha applies to everything, like you have something big and you divide it into small pieces. Even though I think even if it's ready to eat, it still would not be allowed. For example, it says that you cannot chop your salad like on a tiny pieces. So that's I think melacha of grinding. I mean, and they say you should not like crumble your bread. Okay, when you eat and the crumb fall out, that's a different story. It's unintentional, but intentional, I don't think you're allowed to crumble your bread or cookies, or even though it's all rabbinic. But I'm not sure about coffee. What he said. It's proper with as with everything. Just get ready before Shabbos. Okay, what else? Any other questions?
No, for me that's all.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. Thank you for your questions. Any other questions for anybody else? Okay, so we stop here. No problem. Thank you very much. Good night. Until tomorrow, we'll do Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Thank you.